This is why I said this is the most intense chart I've ever seen, because of the energy of the one is so profound. Look, Joseph, 28:10:1. Claude, 19:1. Your 5 is made up of independent, material world, physicality, and discipline. And then on top of that, you know, he's got a ruling passion of one on his soul, okay, one that in the middle cycle on his personality is dependent, and the one on his life path. So you are definitely a leader, okay, a pioneer, an innovator. Whatever you start, if you do it from, I can say it, if you do it from the divine consciousness, where you're harming no one at all behind you, okay, you have no idea how rich you will become. That's what I see. Like I feel with this, you could be so rich you have no idea. You could make changes in this world. You have come here to work for the many, okay? In other words, not the world, but for community, society, okay, for the many. Okay, so you're not here just to work on yourself, you're to work for a lot of people, okay? And you're doing that. So that's a good thing. Come in here, you go through certain things for a reason, and then you have to actually, when you learn what you're supposed to learn, you have to ask yourself, it's not the poor me, what did I go through? It's more like, what did I learn from this experience? What do I want to take from it? Do I want to follow what I experienced, or do I want to go the opposite way? Because there's right and left at every corner of your life, positive and negative, constant. But your real name that the parents gave you was Danny. Okay, so what that tells me is that you were given a name, and your key to success is actually physical, monetary, and in the material world, you know, like work physically, materially, and if you do the right thing, because it's also a karmic one. So with respect to finance and anything like this, you always have to travel the proper road. If anything in your past was done like in the wrong way, any way, shape, or form, when you come to the point where you actually go in that direction, pay back whatever it was that was done in order to go forward, because it's karmic, okay? And it is your key to success. So with respect to running a business, that's your key to success. What you put out there, you get back. That's the law of karma, the cause and effect. And this is very much in your chart. It's going to make you who you are. It's only you that chooses whether you're going to take it in the right direction or the wrong direction. And it's for your family. They were very determined, because it has to do with nature. It has to do with doing the right thing. You know, I mean, now with respect to your inner nature, you're extremely independent. Okay. And you don't really, you will kind of listen to what people say, but you make up your own mind. Nobody can influence you whatsoever. So very, very independent, very determined, you know, and you sort of sense things, and you try to make things happen in a very, it's sort of in a social way, but you do it sort of inwardly. You go inwardly and you reassess something, and then you try to make it happen within the context of what you believe in, okay? And basically, your personality, on the positive side, okay, on the inner nature, on the very determined, okay, if you think only of yourself, then you'll pay the price. If you think of what can I do for the world, you know, because you're a pioneer inside your brain, okay? You want to invent something, do something, you want to be unusual, different than anybody else, and you are.
Yes, that's right.
Okay? And the thing is, on the outside, you're very determined, and it's also got to do with nature. Do you love If you find a passion that speaks to you deeply, you know, find your passion that speaks to you deeply, and then ask, what does the world need? Truly, what do people really need? And then fulfill that need, and then I feel that will bring a lot of rewards for you, monetarily, physically, emotionally, mentally, you know? So you're very connected to nature, and also to even have a home surrounded by nature is very important for you.
That's right.
Right? Okay. Outer personality is that's how people would perceive you, that you're very determined, you know, and justice has to be there, fairness, because that's all part of it. Your destiny and field of opportunity, your natural abilities, you can go in many different directions, and you find yourself doing many different things. And you are definitely a communicator. You do like to communicate to people in general, because, I mean, that's that energy. Changes, do the right changes, because then the right things come. I'm always like this, positive or negative in life, period, you know, because that's how it works. So that's what you have to offer to the world because of who you are, and a lot of different talents, so you could do many different things, you know. So the ruling passion is one of very independent, Okay, do my own thing. Again, you see how it's repeating itself?
Right.
Okay, so it's very much a leader wanting to do your own thing, and you're very versatile. Okay, and you love to travel. You like to do different things. You get bored if you have to do the same thing over and over and over again. The traveling, the going, doing things, experiencing things, it brings excitement and change, and it feels good. That is that one, okay? That is what rules you, okay? That's why we call it the ruling, the passion that you have, okay? I have to tell you, yours is the most intense chart I've ever seen. Because of the energy of the 19 and the 1, and that's very dynamic. Your possibilities are humongous, you know? But the thing is, you have to go it your own way. You can't lean on anybody else. You can't, you know, like partnership, maybe, but it's got to be the right person, because the wrong person can screw you over. Healing for this time, for the past time, on a cellular level, okay? Once you start healing that, all of a sudden then you're able to go into a relationship, because right now that is the number of relationship, okay? And the relationship does not go in a positive direction when there's wounds. If you start putting that energy into your relationship, you will be shocked at what comes out. You will be so loved, you won't know what to do with it. From the age of 45 to 53, you're on a pinnacle of 11-2, okay? 11-2 is the partnership. You have to spiritualize. You have no choice. You are on an experience of relationship, and you have to spiritualize.
That's interesting. This is what I've been doing since I'm 45.
Yeah, and also highly emotional. So your suppressed emotions, which are here because you don't allow yourself to feel, okay, because it's too intense, okay? So at 54 years old, what happens is you go on an 89. Look at that again, okay? The 9, karmic again. Right now, you are in a place of learning your karmic lessons. If you do the right thing, okay, your karmic lessons will, in other words, they will be like released. If you don't do the right thing, they will come to weigh heavy on you. And so this one will end up being, you will end up working possibly with people, you know, doing things for people, something, you know. If you don't do the right thing on a humanitarian, loving emotion like the 9 energy that you're going to read, okay, if you don't do that, this is the time where you're going to have to learn valuable lessons. I don't want that for you. I want you to be happy, to have joy in life, you know. Mentally, you're very much into like doing things for, like, in the community. You're focusing on things, you know, in the community. What can I do? You know, that kind of element. And mentally, you're connected to the family mentally, okay, that you love your family from the mind point of view. On the emotional level, you're all over the place. And then here, when you reach 54, by this time, you'll have worked things out that you will be helping humanity on a larger scale, because that is unbelievable. And it's also the number of wisdom. So you will acquire a tremendous amount of wisdom, okay? So what happens is then all this wisdom is going to be like very healing. 54, okay? Because see here, 53, you're on this pinnacle at 54, okay? You're going to be here, and you're also on the last cycle of your life, which means it's change. And just one thing, you're on the pinnacle of 23, which is luck run by Jupiter, which you just want to live life to the fullest, you know, and have joy and enjoying life to the fullest. That's what's waiting for you down the road. And going and meeting all kinds of people and doing all kinds of things and running. So you've got 6 years to pull everything together in the right direction, and then you will have great joy and love and everything. So it's up to you. On here too, okay, and your life path here is one of independence. Can you see how the energy of your individuality is so strong, so independent? Nobody can turn you around, not one single human being, okay? It all has to come from you. So you can buy a lotto ticket, you never know. Is a 4 or a 6, okay? It's hard for you to connect on an emotional level because it's missing link in you. And you've got a lot of the ones, so you're always protecting yourself, which is normal. He's got so many ones, you're gonna, like, your guard is totally up. Asking yourself all the time, and if you start doing that, looking at both sides of the coin, because this is the energy of looking at both sides of the coin, and looking at, okay, this is this, could I have done it better? You know, even in your business, anywhere, you know, because it's a partnership with your business is also a form of a partnership. So asking that question will help. And it's a challenge of letting go of the ego also to actually see the truth. Because Wednesday is your good lucky day. Okay, so if you do things on a Wednesday, so it seems like Tuesday and Wednesday are important days for you.
Wednesdays.
Would form central part of your life. you're dealing with drinks in a different way. Because that almost instinctively you've gone into that direction to make a difference on that level. You are more likely to go and want to go deeper in and see the truth of something.
Yeah.
So you require solitude. So there are, because ones really are left by their own selves because they want to go inward and think about things. Very linear thinking. So if he goes by himself, don't take it personally. It's very much needing, you know, that kind of energy to be on your own, and you will actually look at things in, like, when they say opiates, they say in the form of religion, so you could turn to religion, okay? You can turn to a philosophy of life. Everyday thing, this is what they say, rational self. The rational self would be a turner and a leaner. You would always be turning to others for help and often leaning on them. So you have to decide, you might be leaning on them because of this lack of the two, that you want to feel like there's something there, somebody's there for you because you never had parents. That's the first vowel that affects you is pioneer, innovator, an original, assertive individual, highly creative with a keen mind, but maybe somewhat dogmatic. You're going to be precise on what you believe, and you have a way with words and will communicate naturally and easily. Like I said, I've never seen anybody have so many ones in their chart in my life. You will basically stand for something in this world. Now, you've just had your birthday, okay? So now you're 48. Okay, and now you're going to be influenced with these elements here. Now, I've already spoken with this personal year. You've read on that aspect of really being determined and putting forth and doing the work. And if you do the right work, it goes out there. But it's the gift. This is what you've come here to do and experience. It's already part of your personality, but this is called a gift. So do right by your strength of character, and you'll be rewarded justly from the universe.
Okay.
So always make sure that you do the right thing from your own independent self. Okay? Now, security, okay, is basically your level of consciousness. So it's the total level of consciousness. You can write that total level of consciousness, because it's everything that you're made up of. And that's going to be the physical, mental, emotional, intuitive. Okay, so do you have that on yours? I don't know. Level of because that makes up your total security base. Okay, so it's you know, we're made of the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual body. We're not like one thing is separate from the other. If you want to heal, you heal your physical body by eating, right? You do exercise, right? If you want to heal your mind, you have to think positive thinking, right? Emotions, you have to work on your emotional field, heal your emotions, and intuitive, you spiritualize, and then your intuition grows humongous. Then you'll be able to read people and things, you see? So those are what they call the natural affinities, and you'll know intuitively what feels right.